Okay, first of all, it's myriad, not myriad. We're talking about a myriad of things.
You could say, I said myriad. You get myriad of things?
Nope, myriad.
Okay, first of all, Keiquan, you cannot start a podcast with, I like chicken, and expect me to just sit here and not be like, what kind of situation have you put me in, Keiquan?
I mean, at this point, I feel like this is almost self-explanatory. You guys know I like chicken.
We know it.
It's Keiquan Blackmon. Well, I like chicken. Well, shit. What am I supposed to say to that? It doesn't get me in trouble.
Not in
We all like chicken.
Right. We all like fried chicken,
Keiquan. More
Keiquan.
than like the average Joe.
Even now, I'm like, well, what do you mean by average Joe? You know, like people like Don and I, because yes,
like
you probably do.
Or do I want chicken? I want chicken.
Oh, that's not an average Joe.
That's more than the average Joe.
He likes chicken more. Do you want?
Oh, he likes chicken.
He likes it more than the average Joe.
Joe.
Yes, I was going to say. I was like, wait, would you want chicken over steak?
If you guys were given the choice, you absolutely are taking steak. I know.
Yeah.
If someone asked me if I want to cook chicken or steak, I'm still picking steak.
Right.
If someone said, "Hey, do you want chicken or steak at McDonald's?" I'm going to go ahead and take the chicken. So there are some, or at Popeyes. If someone asked me if I want steak, no. No, I want that special blend of urban spices that you throw on that spicy chicken. That their regular chicken that they have is phenomenal.
Where
At Popeyes.
Popeyes.
Keiquan.
Seriously though,
what did you think about their biscuit?
Okay, before we move on, Keiquan, because I've never been to Popeyes. The like memes on Twitter are basically like, you know, Chick-fil-A is the Lord's chicken because it's so good, but then the people are so nice, they say my pleasure, all of that shit.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
like a cult.
But then the people, the joke is that the chicken at Popeyes is better, but the employees just treat you like shit.
Yes,
that's pretty accurate. Everybody's miserable to be there. Nobody at Popeyes is happy about it, and if they are, you need to go somewhere else.
Like, there's only a couple restaurants that like you can eat at, and like you know that if it's in a nice area, it's probably the food is not good. So like Popeyes, like if I want Popeyes, or
I
like
feel
even
like I'm in
Church's
danger
chicken,
if I'm eating Popeyes.
because you know it's I don't know why.
Because that place is packed and the food is delicious at that very specific Popeyes.
Yes. Same with like Waffle House. Like I don't particularly like Waffle House, but like you only see Waffle House in like sketchy areas. Like if you see a Waffle House like in the suburbs, somewhere real nice, probably not getting a lot of
the time frame that anybody frequents a Waffle House is inherently sketchy because it's between the hours of 1 and 5
10 p.m.
in the morning.
and 4 a.m. and your blood alcohol content is at minimum like 0.24. Like, you are 3 times the legal limit. Whoever drove you there should not have when you're at Waffle House. Also, Don, I love the Keiquan said, I'm looking for ghetto chicken, and you said Church's. You dropped the Church's chicken. So I've got a story to tell. In December, we went to New Orleans, and we drove, and we were driving around. I got turned around, and we were lost. And we were in a not great section of town, and a kid, in the guy in the back seat said, is that a Church's chicken? And yeah. And we're on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard? Yes. He just like inhales deeply and just goes, we are fucked. Because it was not like this place had not recovered from Katrina. And that was 15 years ago. There were still houses in the middle of the street.
Keiquan, when you went to Popeyes, did you get their biscuit?
Their biscuits slap. They're so good.
That shit slaps. Zach tried to ruin that.
Zach tried to say slaps, and we're like, no, absolutely not. No one is ever going to say slaps again because you, the fat white kid with the political science degree from Wright State University, said it slaps.
But now
you are allowed to say slaps.
The 6'4" black guy with dreadlocks and a master's in business administration says slaps. So it's back on the table, boys.
It's back on.
It's back on the menu.
Okay, so also I wanted to talk about the best Big Mac I ever had. you might have been with me. Were you?
Yeah, I was riding shotgun.
Okay, so we went.
If I wasn't riding shotgun, you immediately called me afterwards because it was the highlight
of my life.
Right.
Okay, so I went to a McDonald's in Minster, Ohio, which population probably, I don't know, 1,800. They got a McDonald's. We got there at like 11:05. Well, apparently they close at 11, and they were like, "We still got food. What do you want?" So we got like one kid in the back ordered a 20. I'm like 19 at the time. Got a 20-piece chicken McNugget. I got a Big Mac. Well, we pull up to the window. The kid at working says, "Hey, do you guys care? We had 38 nuggets left, and we're closing. Do you just want the extra nuggets?" Well, that would be great. And then he came back later and after he took my cash or whatever, came back and was like, "Hey, by the way, we were out of the like usual Big Mac patties, but we did have double quarter pounders. Is that okay?" Yes, that's okay. So I had a double quarter pounder Big Mac and 38 nuggets between the two of us that, we ordered a Big Mac with the wimpy little beef patties and 20 nuggets, and we got almost 40 nuggets and a double quarter pounder. It was the highlight of my life. Never been happier.
What happened?
That's a solid deal.
You remember a lot better than I did. When we were in Wapak, when you lived there, we went to Arby's, and they had like those subs. You remember that story a lot more than I did. 'Cause I was a much bigger asshole then than I am now.
So they had like 2 subs for $5 or whatever, and you asked, "What sort of sub sandwiches do you currently have?" And he went through them, and I don't remember it as well as I used to, but you were an asshole to that kid working that night. It was like, you're like French dip, and before you could, like, you were like, and I would also like, "Would you like the sauce?" He's like, "Yes, sir, I would like the dip with the sandwich." Also, when you pulled up, they said, "Would you like to try our blah, blah, blah?" And you said, "I'll tell you what I want." I'll tell you. Oh, I'm sorry. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I told you what I want." Like, okay, it's gonna be that kind of order.
But then I ordered what they were offering. And they had anyway.
Exactly. You cut the kid off. It's like, "We've got subs 2 for $5. Oh, excuse me. I thought I told you what I wanted. Oh, oh, okay.
I will have the 2 for $5 subs.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, he was unnecessarily aggressive in a situation that didn't call for it. And
like I said, it was probably 11 o'clock at night.
it was
not
like
later.
5:50 at night.
Okay, well, I had probably been drinking for at least 6 hours.
I think you had college and had come home and were decently stressed about learning your ones and your zeros for your computer. And
oh yeah, binary sucks.
so those are all the stories I wanted to tell. That Church's Chicken on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. But
You know what?
Don just dropping in the ghetto. You say ghetto chicken, and Don says Church's. That's phenomenal.
I mean, there's only 2 options, honestly. So he kind of, I wasn't surprised he said Church's, but Popeye's the better of the 2.
And we didn't.
So is Keiquan, is Popeye's generally better than Chick-fil-A? Like,
So here's the thing. So not that I don't like Chick-fil-A. I think it's hyped up a little bit more than it should be.
I agree.
But it's like they're like solid chicken sandwiches. The whole experience though can be weird because like I live 2 minutes from Chick-fil-A. So like they're like, hi, welcome to Chick-fil-A.
What can I make fresh for you? And then if they see you walking down the street, they're like, "Woogie boogie boy!" Like, aren't you the same people that work at Chick-fil-A?
And then like seriously, and then like they'll be like, "All right, and how else can I serve you?" And like you say whatever and drink. "Oh, and how else can I serve you?" Like this constantly.
That's where it stops right there.
And then you pull up, and they're just like, "My pleasure," and it's just like there's all like they're a cult. Like there's some like guys
very
that
well.
There's the guys I follow that make these funny videos on YouTube, and like they were showing like the training for like fake training for like Chick-fil-A, and it's like their car broke down, jump out the window and like help push them. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
And then Popeye says, "What the fuck do you want? Order your shit and get out."
So there's a couple things. You're 100% right in that about Popeyes, and that the sketchier area that it's in, the better the Popeye's chicken is.
It's made with love.
Yeah,
and aggression
and fear.
You can taste the fear.
I think you taste your own fear. It might be the experience. The other thing is, now that you live like directly beside a Chick-fil-A, do you find that like the novelty's kind of worn off?
Well, so, I honestly didn't go very often. And like, I'll go there occasionally, every now and then. I think the last time I went, I actually got food for free. It was like when the coronavirus stuff just started hitting. They would shut down the state, and so they weren't really sure what to do. I don't think they wanted to touch anybody's cards or anything like that. They didn't have any safety things, so I just ordered me a spicy chicken sandwich for them. And then when I came around, they're like, "Oh yeah, so this is actually on us. We just want you to make sure you're being safe out there and enjoy your day." And I'm like, "Seriously?" And they're like, "Absolutely, my pleasure."
I had that.
And I'm just like,
I had that at McDonald's recently. The last time I went there, when I got off the plane, went through the drive-thru, and they're like, "Hey, our credit card machine's down, so you can just have all this for free." Okay, I'm going to take my double quarter pounder and my McChicken and head on home.
Keiquan, I get that you say the hype's worn off, or the Chick-fil-A's too hyped up. My thing is it's consistent no matter where you are. You can be in Minot, North Dakota, or Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, and the Chick-fil-A is the exact same. You get the same experience. The food is exactly the same.
because it's a cult.
But McDonald's, you can go to a different McDonald's down one street, and it's like you've got this whole entire different experience at McDonald's.
Don't go to that McDonald's. They're
right.
Their McDoubles.
Don't go to the corner of Market in Maine. That McDonald's is with idiots. But every Chick-fil-A has decently competent employees with great food.
I want my people to have personalities, though. You don't want
robots.
Like, my pleasure. No, I don't.
Right. Well,
I don't want where every day they show up, they sound like they're having a blast. Like, you're not having a blast. Like, if you're having a genuinely shitty day, you know what? I want you to be a little bit snippy with me.
Well, and that's my pleasure thing is like, can I get some Chick-fil-A sauce? Certainly, my pleasure. Like, you're 17 years old. It is not pleasing to you that you get to get me Polynesian sauce, okay? Like, that is not
it's raining outside and you're taking orders.
Right.
And you're saying my pleasure.
Polynesian sauce?
You never got the Polynesian sauce at Chick-fil-A?
No.
That's good. They've got all
Red
sorts of
blooded
sauces.
American
sauce?
Who gets all the Chick-fil-A sauce they can get and ketchup.
See, I don't even.
Can I have 6 things of Chick-fil-A? Oh, no? But you said it in a very nice way. I'll take 2, and I will dip my waffle fries in it until those waffle fries are gone, and then switch over to the ketchup. And I take that other one and dump the entire thing of Chick-fil-A sauce onto my sandwich.
Understood. Anybody got anything else they need to get off
never
their
touched
chest?
the Polynesian sauce.
Yes. You know what blew my mind?
What's
is that not a single person said anything about the McRib, and like I have strong feelings about it.
I really thought
that
about
it's trash.
I really, really thought about the McRib, and I wanted to put it. Did you say it was trash?
Yes, it is.
Like
trash.
I was so 100% ready to agree with you that it wasn't on somebody's top 5 list that I just stopped listening to you because I knew what you were going to say. Obviously, you were going to say, "I can't believe it wasn't in someone's top 5 list," and you say that it's trash.
I'm a loud card here.
I'm glad that we're done recording, because if we weren't, I would ask you to leave.
Look, here's my thought process on it. So, like, I've only had it like once because everybody was like, "Oh, the McRib is back. Let's try it. It's so good." And I ate it, and I was just like, first and foremost, it's not that great. Like, the sauce is okay, but like, my problem with it is that it looks like a rib, right?
Right.
It does have that appearance,
but it's not a rib. A rib has bones, okay? So, like, that's a problem with me. How does this look?
You didn't order. You did not order a rib. Like, you didn't order a slab of ribs. You ordered a rib
like
sandwich.
A slab of ribs?
Go anywhere for a rib sandwich, and I guarantee you there will not be a bone intentionally placed in your rib sandwich.
I don't want a bone in it, but why does it look like it? That tells me that they make it look like it's a rib.
Because the McProcessed pork sandwich doesn't sell.
Why do chicken nuggets that you buy at Walmart look like dinosaurs? It's just one of life's great mysteries.
Conveniently, I buy Tyson's 100% real meat chicken.
If it was real meat, they would have left it the way it was, not grind it up and put it into balls. That they would have just left it in hunk form and not not made it all uniformy, you know. It's made of possum, Keiquan. There's a possum farm somewhere in Logansport, Indiana.
And every one of those possums' name is Chicken.
It's Nugget. All right,
Scarred for life now.
I'm glad we can accomplish that for you, Keiquan. Again, follow Keiquan on Twitter at YepIt'sKeys. Keiquan, thanks for joining us for this reaction episode. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Keiquan.
Yeah, no problem.
That's Keiquan joining us from Cleveland. Don is on Twitter at
Donnie_G.
At Donnie_G. Find him on Twitter. I'm at Garrett Seawright, and you can find the podcast at RankEmPodcast on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And download us and give us a 5-star review and subscribe wherever it is you download and listen to your podcasts. Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of the RankEm Podcast.